I went to Brookline High, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. In high school, I played volleyball, basketball, and tennis, all varsity.
I'm from Eugene, Oregon, and I went to Winston Churchill High School. The only varsity sport I played was tennis, and from an early age I started playing, and I just decided that I wanted to focus on that for all of high school and middle school pretty much. I started playing tennis when I was probably around 8 or 9. My older brother and sister and also my mom played, so that's what initially got me into the sport. I never really started playing competitive until I was maybe 12 or 13, but once I did, I really enjoyed it, and I played tournaments in the Northwest and as well as nationally. So,
actually, my brother and sister played junior tennis as well. They're both older than me and both played collegiately, but they went D1 and I decided to go Division III because our aspirations with tennis were a little different. They were very focused on being competitors and playing national tournaments, but I played 3 sports, so I kind of wanted to stick to being more well-rounded.
Where did your siblings play?
My brother played at Marquette University, and my sister played at URI.
Okay. My brother played at University of Oregon, so. My favorite tennis player is Roger Federer, just because he's so poised and also just a really classy player. He just plays the game well and is extremely determined and just really knows what it takes to be a champion. So I think he's a really terrific person to model my game after, even though he is an incredible player that I could never hope to live up to.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the big guys and girls, the famous ones, but my favorite tennis player is actually Schiavone, the Italian. She's little and tenacious and a fighter, and she's always loud and aggressive on the court. I don't really know how she is off the court, but she's an older woman, and to be able to compete with like the young girls is amazing, and I hope I could ever play like her. Like, that'd be amazing. Well, Anne's my coach, and I feel so fortunate to be here with Anne and Becca, the assistant coach. They're so down to earth and also competitive and expect a lot from us, but are reasonable, and Anne never gets on her back about anything. It's only, as long as we're working hard, as long as we're competing as tough as we can, then that's the only thing that she can be mad about if we're not doing that. And that's how a coach should be. They shouldn't be a drill sergeant at all. And my brother had an experience where he had a drill sergeant as a coach and hated his tennis experience. So I feel really fortunate to have a good coach who understands the team, understands our level, and pushes us in a healthy way.
All right, Ben is my coach, and my assistant coach is Andrew Thompson, who won a national championship at Middlebury, so he's a really great asset to have around. But Ben understands that all of what we go through is a process, and so he doesn't put too much into stake at what's happening at the present moment. So I think that's really a good view on it, because even if we lose a match, we know that we're going to go through maybe some hard times, and things won't always be great at that moment, but as long as we're working and competing to be national champions, the results will speak for themselves. So I think that's a really great thing that Ben takes, that Ben's approach. And also, Ben also, I think Ben does a good job of shaping us into being leaders off the court as well as on the court, so that what we do on the tennis court and in practice translate really well into real life, and we're learning skills that aren't just applicable on the tennis team but also in a team setting in real life.
I can't take ibuprofen before I play. I can't take a leave, I can't take Tylenol. I don't know why, I don't do it.
You like the pain?
Even though it could help, I don't know. That's my only superstition.
I really don't have any superstitions. When I was younger, I used to only eat Rice Krispies and bananas for breakfast before I played, but I think I've outgrown that a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like when you're younger, you have a lot more weird things. Like, you have to bring that hat or like that towel or something. And
yeah.
now it's different.
On our team, we don't have team captains, so every individual on the team is expected to lead, and lead by example for sure. The seniors and the upperclassmen definitely take on more of a leadership role just because they've gone through the process before, and they, I think, on the whole, have a better idea of what it takes to compete well and to win. As far as team dynamic, it's definitely upperclassmen dominated, but there's a lot of jokers on the team and definitely a lot of head cases as well, because tennis is an individual sport, so when you're struggling, you only have yourself really to blame on the court. So the biggest head case on the team is Kevin Prescott. He's a senior at Pomona. He has some really funny antics and a lot of good sayings that you give him a hard time for, but I think he does a good job of reining it in and making sure that it's not detrimental to the team. So yeah, I think overall there's some interesting characters, but we all get along really well. And I think this group that we have here is the closest that it's been in my 3 years, and also from what my coach has said, it's one of the closest ones that we've had over his time here in the 12 or so years he's been here.
Well, coming from junior tennis, all tennis players are pretty much definitely locked in their own heads, and it's really tough to learn leadership that way, playing an individual sport. But coming here and being a part of a team really shed light on a different side of tennis for me. I didn't really think that I would be as invested as I am in other people's matches when they're playing, wanting them to win, wanting them to be happy and playing their best. So that's the biggest benefit from coming. Although we play an individual sport, we are still part of a team, and you still actually feel the team atmosphere. Like I've played other team sports, so I know it does feel similar, even though I'm not playing alongside them all the time, well, doubles, but I still feel like they're hard when I'm playing. In terms of the team and all the personalities, the characters, I think we're all pretty cool. I was so surprised. There's no hierarchy for seniors, juniors, freshmen. Like yeah, we take the balls in the freshmen, but that's about it. Like, it feels really even that everybody has a leadership role on the team, and that's great. And if you were at a practice with us, you wouldn't even be able to tell who the seniors are and who the freshmen are. We do have captains, but they kind of help with the logistics and just basic encouragement. So I guess that's it for the girls' team.
So I decided to play Division III tennis because I looked at a few options in Division I, and it was just a really big time commitment, as well as something that I didn't know for sure that I wanted to invest my life into. And I feel like in Division III tennis there's a really good balance between school and tennis. So I found out about Pitzer. Originally I found out about the Claremont colleges and CMS, or Claremont McKenna was the first college I heard about. And then I talked to the coach there, and then I also talked to the coach at Pomona-Pitzer. And I really liked talking to our coach, and when I visited, I stayed with one of the guys on the tennis team at Pitzer, and I just really enjoyed everyone that I met and had a really fun time, and I felt like I could really fit in well and have a good balance between school and tennis. And so my major is called International Political Economy, so it's a mixture between economics and political science. And this summer I'm going to study for the LSAT and then apply to law schools in the fall. So.
Ooh, scary.
Maybe a future lawyer.
Ooh. I was originally looking at all Division I schools, basically, on the East Coast, big East schools, And it was a lot about money, just who had the scholarships. And I didn't really want to go to some of these schools. I've never been a person who's into like big universities with long lectures and huge lectures. And so I started looking at some D3 schools, but those are the ones that are tougher to get into, usually, if you don't have tennis to pull you in. And then I found out about Pomona, because I had a friend, Siobhan Finnecane, who played on the tennis team and loved it here, and looked into the 5 Cs, and I thought Pitzer was like my perfect match. I'm an environmental analysis major already, and Pitzer is just all about environmental science and community service, so I'm on the society and environments track, which is perfect. It's like community and environmental science. I already love Pitzer, and it was kind of a whimsical choice to apply ED because I hadn't visited yet. But West Coast, something totally new, was really appealing, and I'm so lucky I found this like hidden gem. But, yeah.